I have to tell you all something. Something was sent to me over the weekend by one of the members of the Startup Provider Program, and it pissed me off. It pissed me off. Pissed me off so bad. I called the news station. I got some emails. I was so mad and livid, and it just fired me up, and you all should be fired up too. And that's what I want to talk about today. I'm a woman, and this article pissed me off because I know that providers are needed all across the nation. I know that there is a lot of money in this business. You know that. I know that. We know that, right? And it really irritates me to my core when agencies are only about the money. It really pisses me off. And so, yes, I called, I think it was Fox 2. You know, they always have they're always looking, the media's always looking for a juicy story. And so I was able to call these different lines. I was able to get some emails. I sent an email to the lady who this article is about. It's about her daughter. And her daughter is being kicked out of a group home. And I am just like, I'm pissed because that's what it's come down to. It has come down to short staff. It has come down to being kicked out of homes. This woman, she's 31 years old. She has lived in this group home for 12 years. And they kicked her out. The mother was like, they wanted her gone like yesterday. They wanted her gone like yesterday. It didn't mention if she was given a notice, but it did say who the network was, and best believe, okay? Because I understand that staffing is tight. Staffing's always been tight, right? It's tighter now more than ever before. And I understand that they are closing a home. I understand there's uncertainty. I understand those things. But why wasn't she transitioned to another service type? Why wasn't this woman put in supported living and had staff come in, right? Why weren't they working with the mother and saying, hey, we're short staffed, we can put her in this type of situation, we only have X amount of staff to cover these hours, are you willing to come in? They're a big organization. Why aren't they bringing on more providers? This organization is actually being very difficult. And the only reason why I can say that right now is because I believe one of my members in the Startup Provider Program had reached out to this particular network. And if I'm wrong on that, okay, I'm wrong, but I do know Integrated Health Network. Yes, I'm pretty sure that they are the ones that one of the members has reached out to. But the thing is that providers are needed greatly, widely, all over the nation. And I'm so fired up about it that if you want to take action, you need to take action. This woman who has no one besides her agency and her mother is being kicked out to live with her mother, who has to still work, who has to still provide. Like, what is going to happen? We have to change this. There needs to be more providers who are going to do more. These bigger agencies and the Integrated Health Network, just so you guys know how it works, is like you have to enroll with them to be a provider. But you're telling me with all the providers in their network, there's nowhere else they could have shifted this woman to? Like, there's no one else? Now, her level of care, to me, from what I've read, is greater, right? It's going to be more of a higher level of care. But he said of the 200 group homes in his network, 30 have closed this past year. What does that mean? This is a network. This network manages several different counties. Does that make sense? So you have to join a network to be able to provide care to the individuals within these specific counties or regions within the state. And that's how it kind of works in Michigan. But of 200 group homes in his network, 30 have closed this past year. My question is, why are they making it so damn difficult for providers to get started there in Michigan? It's just not right. It's not right. And you can clearly see that there's a need. I also want to use this time to really talk to you guys about that. Group home is not the only way. Like, group home is not the only way. You can do other services and you can make an impact in other ways. For instance, I want to use this woman as an example. She's 31. She's going to be living back with her mother. Her mom has to work, right? So she could use dayhab supports, right? And that could be hopefully at least 5 to 6 hours a day, where she would have somebody come in and take her out to the community or do things in the home setting with residential supports in her own home, or, you know, so that's two services that could be there to support this woman and her mother. And I just am like, I don't know if you all realize the need for providers, because it is so great. And when I say people need you, I am not saying it to the fact of you have to buy my program or you have to hire me and come through my program and all of that. Like, no, if you don't want to do that, don't. If you want the support, great. But if you want to go out there on your own and make impact, do that. Do something. Do something, because it is a need. And it's not just a need there in Michigan. No, it's not just a need here in Alaska. No, it's not just a need in Texas or Georgia or wherever, Oregon. It's a need everywhere. It's a need everywhere. One of the ladies brought up in the Startup Provider Program in the Facebook group about Medicaid waivers, and that there's so many people on the waiver wait list. And it's true. And she said, well, you know, if there's so many people on there, what can I do to get them off? And at the end of the day, the thing that you can do, the only thing that you can do, because you as a provider, me as a provider, I can't check the box that the state has to check and that the federal government has to check. I can't check that box. But what I can do, so I can't pull people off the waiver. That's just not possible. But what I can do is I can be there and I can be a resource and I can be the support and I can impact this young woman's life, this 31-year-old woman's life and her mother. And I can be there to support them, right? I can be an option. That's what I'm there for, is to be an option, to give care, to provide care. Yes, to build wealth. Absolutely. 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 I was just talking to a care coordinator, like I said. We were talking about some income and this and that, and, you know, throwing some ideas around. We make really good money. Like, we do. But the care we provide is pretty spectacular. What she does is amazing. What I do is amazing. And she says, Ariana, I don't know why there's not, why other providers why can't they do this? And part of it is they don't know. Like, the state's not going to sit there and train you, right? They're not going to do that. But there has to be a certain level of standard that we are looking for towards somebody's life. Like, we all deserve to have a good quality of life. And if you feel the nudge to be a provider in any aspect, not just waiver, right? In any aspect, then it's your responsibility to do that. It's your responsibility to take action. It's your responsibility. Like, no, I can't do it for you, right? I can't do it for you. We have to do something about these things if we want them to change, right? If we want to make impact and we want to drive change, we have to be the ones that do something about it. Okay. I was fired up. I was pissed because me as a smaller agency, I would never do that. I know that I would never do that. If I have staffing shortages, I'm going to get my ass in that home, and I guess I'm pulling shifts. I'm doing 3 days on or 4 days on or whatever it is, or however you have your staffing plan. Like, there's no need to uproot that woman like that. And I'm sure that there could have been a better way to handle it. I haven't heard back from what I sent. And I'm sure Shawanda sent this to me. And I'm sure she wasn't expecting me to react the way I did. But it hurts. And I care so deeply for the clients in my care. I care so deeply for the clients all over the nation. I care so deeply for them and how we provide the care. And to be a leader of this community, I just want everyone to know that it's our responsibility to do something. And if you're feeling the nudge, then it's your responsibility to take action. Period. I get questions about, their ROI on investment into the program. Like I said, you don't have to invest into the program. You can do it on your own if you like. If you want help, if you want support, if you want a community, if you want training, then definitely join the program. But I get questions about, the return on investment or how much they can make or whatever. And that's valid. Like, I understand. But you are going to be able to learn how you can build wealth through care in several different aspects of care, right? There's 12 plus types of provider programs or business models you could start. What do you want your return on investment to be? Do you want it to be nothing? That's on you. Sure, join the program, pay your money, do nothing. Do you want it to be 10,000? Do you want it to break even? Sure. Come in, do the work, get started, break even. Sure. Do you want it to 10x, 100x, 1,000x? Sure. Do it. You can do it. You can make any amount of money you want to make in this business. And the opportunities are endless. And I don't think people understand that. They get so hung up on licensed assisted living. They get so hung up on group home. You get so hung up on, a lot of you don't know what community hub is, and I can definitely go into detail on that more. But there's so many ways to provide the care. There's so many ways, and I ask you to dig deep and to figure out where you want to start. I ask you to figure out and dig deep on what support do you need and want. A lot of you want support. Well, great. I'm here. I'm happy to help you. We have a wonderful community. Post your questions. If you're looking for questions specifically on startup, I am going to literally tell you to join the Startup Provider Program or send me a DM so we can chat. Point blank, period. There's a sales page and there's tons of information on that. People need you. They need me. They need us. And together, we can make sure, together, this movement, this mission, we can make sure that people aren't put out like that. Right? We can, that doesn't need to happen. Okay, the reasoning was the home was closing down. So since the home was closing down, they didn't have another option. So because they didn't have another option, that's what that was. He's saying that the director is saying he didn't have enough homes And I understand that, but there could have been other services, and they did not specify that in the article. So yeah, here's the thing. When you as a provider terminate services, right? Say you are no longer able to serve a client. You should issue them a letter, 30 days, at least 30 days, and you should give them at least 3 other names of agencies, homes, services that can help. That it didn't look like that was in the article. So, like I said, I contacted them because I want to find out more information. People first, then money, then things, always. So that's what I had to say to you all. If you are a provider and you're wondering, is this service really needed? Yeah. And there's a lot more services out there. A lot more services. You start the business and care that you want. You start the business and care that you want. You make the impact that you want. I just know that it is a journey. Joining the Startup Provider Program, you still will have a journey. It still will be your own, right? You're not going to jump in and be right at the same spot as me, or right at where Toya's at, or right at where Mahogany's at, or right at where Dakisha's at, or right at where Shawanda's at, right? There's going to be phases, and it's okay that you are in your own phase. Your journey is your own. The thing is that you have to understand is that the state doesn't make it easy. So you can stay home and you can search on your computer, or you can look at your phone, and you can do that for months. But guess what I want to tell you? You're not making impact. So you do whatever you need to do to make the impact. You don't need me to do it? Fine. I'm cool with that. Figure it out. You're in this group for a reason, right? You're in this group for a reason. We're about making impact. And if you want to do that, do something. Do something. Because there's kids, there's children, there's babies, there's teenagers, there's adults with mental health and DD. There are the age population. There's all different pinpoints. You can't say that, oh, well, I want to serve kids, and so somehow this isn't for me. Or I want to serve the elders and the age, and somehow this is... No. Anyone who is in need. I primarily talk about licensed certified care. There are also unlicensed care types that I talk about too, like independent living. Some states you have to be licensed, some states you don't. Foster care, affiliation. Some types of care you only need to be certified. You don't necessarily have to have a license, depending on the setting. If you have a setting, there's so many variables. But the thing is, like Toya just said, don't give up. You keep going and you keep pushing. And it's going to feel like quicksand sometimes. It's going to feel like you've hit a wall sometimes. You haven't. We are able to make the impact that we want to make based off of who we want to serve and how we want to show up, period. And that, and just to kind of wrap this all up, because I can go on a tangent. I don't ever want to see someone put out of their group home, or to see somebody who can't take care of themselves. I'm getting emotional. Be without services. And I take this so deep. And when I say I'm a walking, breathing, or living, breathing example of this, I embody this to my core. And I'm sure if you've been in my world for a while that you know that. And I just encourage you to do some reflection today. If you haven't taken action, whatever that needs to be and look like, I encourage you to take some reflection today and figure out what those next steps are for you. Okay? If you are a current provider, I ask that you show up the best you possibly can. I ask that you do everything for your clients. I'm not going to cry. You do everything for your clients that you possibly can do, and you make sure that their quality of life is the best damn thing that you could provide. Because these people, I'll put the article in the comments. But these people need us. This woman is in a wheelchair. And it just made me so fucking mad. So, I just want you all, if I was down there, I'd have, if I could, I'd have a damn home in every single state, a couple of them. But I'm not going to be able to do that. Not right now. I want you all to go out, and I want you all to help. These people need us. They need us. So I'm going to go, because I literally have to still record module 6. And I'm going to have to like touch on my face. My eyes are red. It just means a lot. So any way that you can help. If you're a provider, continue to do great things. Continue to treat our people with kindness, love, and respect, and allow their quality of life to be just amazing. Okay? And I know we're going to make impact. So let's go out and let's do that. Okay? Bye.